and yeah, and we tend to laugh and have joy.
Yeah.
And all that is just to extend that joy to you as well. So yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Hope TV presents News on the Go every day at 4 p.m. for all the breaking news and news making headlines. Hope TV, look and live.
Je, ushawahi kuweka jambo kwenye mizani? Ushawahi kupata uzito wake? Haya basi, usitapetape zaidi. Naomba unigande, maana mizani ipo hapa kwa ajili yako.
Vyakula na mbegu za kitamaduni,
na kutuliza fikra na kukuwezesha kupima masuala ibuka katika jamii, tena kwa busara. Tukutane mizani kila Ijumaa saa 1 machweo kwenye runinga ya Hope TV.
Arise each morning to a moment of worship. And powerful nuggets from God's word.
If there is one big thing that is needed in our time, is the ability to hear God's voice and apply his word.
We can put our faith on Christ, just like this centurion, and believe, Lord, let your word turn this situation.
God does not definitely tell you, I am coming in 6 months. I am coming 1 year.
On Hope Devotion every Monday to Friday from 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. only on Hope TV. Look and live.
Right, welcome back. First of all, apologies for that hitch, but we are glad that we are back. For now, allow us to look at what is being reported in the dailies. And the Standard, they go with the headline, Justice on Trial as Ruto Koome meet. Lawyers and opposition leaders have said the meeting between the Chief Justice and the President will not augur well, as that is direct interference in the independence of one arm of government. The leaders say the dialogue will dent public confidence in the institution. Extensively covered on page 4 and 5. And I see Raila says judiciary could be compromised after President State House talks with the CJ. Opposition leader urges judges to be firm and not to go to bed with the executive. He says Azimio is strong and on course to liberate the country from tyranny. Then I see that independence questioned after Ruto Koome meet on corruption. Dr. John Haminu, a senior counsel, says the Chief Justice and the President are not supposed to meet to discuss how things should be done. Eric Theuri, the LSK president, says when the country has been tested, people have been reluctant to go to court because they feel even if they go, they will not get justice. And Bobby Mkangi, who is a lawyer, says, in the dispensation of justice, you not only need to do justice, but justice must be seen to have been done. Of course, so that is the reaction from yesterday's meeting between President William Ruto, Chief Justice Martha Koome, and National Assembly Speaker, this is Moses Wetangula. And be courageous like Mutunga and Maraga, Orengo tells Koome after meeting Ruto. So that story, you can read it on page 4 and 5. I also see on the front page of the Standard, parents, teachers confused by CBC grade 6 marks. It is on page 6 and 7. Teachers' parents want NEC to scrap the KPSEA grading system, KPSEA. They are saying discontent stems from split between school-based assessments and national exam. Parents also lamenting release of results after learners have proceeded to the upper class. And actually, I was also asking the same because by the time the exam had been released, the results actually were being released, the students had transitioned to the, what is it called? They had transitioned to the junior secondary as well. Many struggle to understand the grade 6 exam. Parents say the language they are using to explain a student's performance is complex. Read that pages 6 and 7. Senators talk on party rattles UDA. Nyeri senator says if the region joined government through a party and not the president's vehicle, they would have better bargaining power and the benefits would be much more. Read that on page 2. And of course, the reaction of that statement by Nyeri Senator Wahome Wamatinga, who says Mount Kenya region should form a party. Right, gurus on economy, corporate or sink. So policymakers and business leaders attending the World Economic Forum have pinned high hope on cooperation based on mutual trust and respect to drive global economic growth. You can read that on page 24. Back page, this is the sports pages. Guinea, where football passion led to fan deaths. 6 people died after the team ignited their Nations Cup campaign. Guinea beat the Gambia 1-0 to close in on last 16. So you can read that back page. Star-studded charitable match fuels drive to transform pitches as well. And then Africa Cup of Nations, we have the spread on pages 38 and 39. Can indomitable lions master art of hunting like they used to? That is the question they are asking. Former champions Cameroon face Gambia in last group fixture. Gambia's 2023 AFCON hopes appear bleak after second consecutive defeat. So those are the matches being played today at 8 p.m. Gambia versus Cameroon. Guinea taking on Senegal. That is at 8 p.m. as well. 11 p.m. we do have 2 matches. Angola taking on Burkina Faso. Mauritania locking horns with Algeria. Who will carry the day? Let us wait and see. And yesterday, of course, we saw Equatorial Guinea surprising the hosts, the Elephants of Ivory Coast, thrashing them by 4-0. Ghana also were held to a 2-2 draw. Egypt also, they drew 2-2. So this one seems to be a tall order for the so-called big teams, but for the minnows, they are thriving. Homeboys left chasing shadows in shaky Kenya Cup campaign. Defending champions Cabras are averaging 70 points per game this season. Homeboys face relegation threat after 5-game winless run. So that is what is being reported in the Standard. Looking at the Daily Nation, it is a big job cuts loom for civil servants. That is what the Nation is reporting. Following damning audits exposing the extent of ethnic discrimination in public sector employment that has seen a few tribes dominate government jobs. A new bill seeks to further reduce the statutory quota for a dominant community in an agency. If enacted, it could lead to restructuring of state agencies and even possible job losses. So that is a story on page 7. State-backed bill proposes repeal of current cohesion law to entrench diversity. Another sad story, how killers bought weapon online. So detectives tell court one of the suspects in the murder of university student Rita Waine bought a hatchet from an online vendor claiming it was for self-defense, but police believe the weapon was used during the murder of the 20-year-old woman whose decapitated body was found in an apartment at Kasarani. A Kiambu court has allowed police to detain for 8 days 2 Nigerians, William Opia and John Bull Asibor, arrested following the killing, and that is a story on page 4. Right. Senators want fund for poor counties extended. That is the Senate committee to rally Parliament to extend the sunset clause of the equalization fund by more than 10 years. That is on page 22. And then there is a survey, and they are talking about tactics Kenyans are using to cope with hard economic times. Poll shows a majority of Kenyans are in financial distress. They have resorted to side hustles, and also they are even foregoing meals just to survive. And that is a story you can read on page 8. 280,000 Form 1 students yet to join secondary school. Basic Education Principal Secretary Bellew Kipsang says 80% of 1.4 million students have reported to schools, adding authorities will enforce compliance with 100% transition policy. That is covered on the back page. And I appreciate the government that is seeking a 100% transition to high schools. But also, I think also they need to rein in on school administrators. And this is a story that also was captured yesterday. School administrators who are now adding levies and even introducing some levies and some charges that do not exist, which makes it hard and even impossible for struggling families to take their children to high school. Because I believe there's no parent who would be willing or rather willingly not allow their children to go to school. Back the sports pages, too old South African Zwane, too good for hapless Namibians. I also see Omanyala shifts gears to 200 meters. Leopards on the mend as champions Gor Mahia cruise to the top. And even as we are bringing it to a close, Ruto targets 133 billion shillings annually from the new health insurance plan. 77 billion expected from salaried workers. Rollout after February 9th public views deadline. Read that in today's Business Daily, and you can grab your favorite copy, get to see and read what is being reported. Also, right here at Hope Media, we have you covered every top of the hour from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. That is on Hope FM. We will have you updated on Newswatch, and then right here at Hope TV, we have Dira at 7 p.m. and Newswatch at 9 p.m. so that you are also kept abreast with what is happening. All right. For now, we take a break and we pave way for the video of the day, and then we will be coming back. And by the way, she's still with us. That is Beatrice Watare, my co-host.